Scorpios, what's good, y'all? So we about to get into a reading. We're gonna do a 4-card draw about an immediate situation, and we're doing outcomes today. So we're gonna start off talking about unpacking the actual situation at hand. Then we're gonna talk about the obstacle, then the action needed to be taken due to the obstacle, and then we're going to talk about the outcome. So don't be alarmed, but shit is being put on the chopping block today, alright? Just giving you a heads up. But anyway, not to sound so dreary, right? How's your day going? Hopefully it's going good, you know what I'm saying? If not, you'll get there. You'll get there. So we're going to slice and dice this deck. 4 times. This is your situation at hand, Scorpios. Ace of Pentacles in reverse. Got a lack of resources going on. And I get the feeling, though, that this is not you being broke, though. I get the feeling like you have realized that financial opportunities have come to a halt, or they've become very few right now. And I think that's disturbing you because you know you had some things that you wanted to work on. And because of this slow up in the economy, this got something to do with the economy. That, like, if you were predicting inflows, let's say a month ago to 3 months ago, but I would say definitely a month ago, now you see that it can't happen the way that you were planning it. And this is something you know. This is something that's going to cause you to lose out on an opportunity. And I guess you might want to figure out a way to communicate this, but it's kind of like a, you know, people are not going to want to have that conversation, especially if you already introduced it to someone, the other party involved, like, yo, we're going to be doing this as soon as this time rolls in, and then the time comes and you don't do it because the influx of money that you were expecting that usually comes on a routine basis is not coming in anymore. And you may be at the position of where you may take some of your money to still go forth and maybe do it anyway. But that definitely was not in the cards. Definitely was not in the plans. And if you do so, it may compromise the quality of what it is that you're set out to do. You might just be looking at this like, you know what? I know this is not going to come out as great as I want it to come out or as great as it can be. Therefore, I'm not even going to do it. That's a possibility. Because you want this thing to be prosperous and you feel like it just can't be that way based on timing. So let's see the obstacle. We have the 4 of Swords. So the reason why this thing isn't coming through for you and the reason why those opportunities slowed up in the financial realm is because you're working yourself to exhaust, Scorpios. And the only way to get you to pump your brakes and stop being so relentless is to actually slow up the money. So, I said, sometimes I tell people this, I say, sometimes money is a tool for madmen to become madmen, maybe even to grow and develop into madmen and continue their cycle of madness because they're empowered through money. If they didn't have them, if you took the money away from them, they wouldn't be able to do what it is that they do. Now, I'm not calling you a madman, and in fact, I'm actually feeling that you're a stand-up person, male or female. You make it fit the way that it's supposed to fit. But when it comes to your body and your own well-being, it's like you're the sacrificial type. Not like you'll sacrifice somebody else either. Not like any of that shit is good, but it's like you'll sacrifice yourself. And it's like, well, who's going to continue doing what you set off doing if you're not capable of getting up out of bed? And can you give directive to other people to make sure that this thing happens? If not, then you really need to fall back and think about it. But you know what? During your bout of rest, because you're going to take some rest, you're going to rest on this, there's going to be a revelation to you. You're going to receive a phone call and someone's going to offer you something anyway. It's going to be financially related. You're going to make money from it. It's going to be a deal, but it's going to come when you're resting. Expect it to be one deal, though. I think you had the doors open for a few things. Hold on. But you really had your hopes on one of them. I think that one thing may still be on the table. Because I see the one pentacle here being offered as an opportunity, potentially, but it's in reverse. And you got one sword laying at the side of the bed, while the other three are falling. And it's just like, you know what? All of the other bullshit, all of that excess bullshit doesn't even matter. What really matters to you is that one thing that you was even ready to say, you know what, fuck it all, and if it can't be done right, you hold on to that. It might, if it's not the same exact opportunity, it's going to be one that's very similar. But I'm getting the feeling that it's going to be that actual one thing that you wanted to do. Yep. But it's like the same way that you were thinking that you wanted this thing to be done as qualitative as possible, the universe is saying, we want you, Scorpio, to be as qualitative as possible. You're going to put the product before you. We want you at your best ability. So go rest. And that's how you open up the gates for that opportunity. Okay. So what's the action to take that's recommended? Oh, shit. We got some conflict. I think that the decision that you make, I think the decision that you made is going to cause some other people to be upset. It's going to have to deal with something with a budget, maybe downsizing a workforce, cutting back on expenses, something like that. Maybe somebody's got to get let go of, severance package. But it's like someone's bag has to be disrupted in order for this bag to come through in general. You understand what I'm saying? So if you're thinking about budgets or something, like there's going to be a budget slash. But it's like you're in the know about this, and I think these other people aren't. That's also going to cause a conflict. Like, yo, you've known about this the whole entire time. But it's also feeling like you was in a management position of some sort that allows you and enables you to be in that position. Like, they don't have clearance to even have that type of information any fucking way. So it's like, yo, so what? Like, you already know I got clearance over you. Yeah, you're the last to know, but that's the way the structure is set up. It's like they're the last people to know. And I see in this conflict here, like, it's like you in the middle and you're carrying the burden. You're carrying the weight of the overall thing or opportunity, budget, you name it. And it's like you're looking at them like, yo, y'all are all fighting against me when I'm carrying this whole thing anyway. So what I'm getting is you got to carry this through anyway. It looks like you're going to carry your log, your wand through, regardless of what they do, all the fighting that they doing and everything. And that's like your power in this conflict. But you're going to stand your ground. You're going to be territorial about the decision that you made and the choice that you've made. Yup. Because you're like the center of it. You're much needed in whatever this is. And that conflict kind of derives from that as well. It kind of feels like they know that they're like underlings. Maybe that's not the best word to call them. But like I said, they're more of a subordinate, in a more of a subordinate position than you are. And that's what's really causing more outrage. They, like I said, they might lose their jobs or something like that. But you got to carry on. That's the action recommended. You got to carry on. This is the outcome of this. Scorpio, strength card. Yeah, I was right. You got to carry on. So you see how I was like explaining to you, like you got to carry your wand regardless, even with all that commotion and you smack in the middle of it. You might feel like, picking up a wand and being as aggressive as they are. And it's just like, nah, I'm the center of this thing. I'm the nucleus of it. If I shoot you, I'm brainless type shit. You know what I'm saying? Because that's the strength card is the outcome. Is mean you're going to gain mastery over your instinct. You might have lashed out, but you got to carry it in order to produce this outcome to show that you are. And see, sometimes that's how it happens in the business world. The business world can be treacherous, right? And if this isn't business related, apply this to your personal life and somehow. I'd be interested, even if you could get in the conversation, I'd be interested to know maybe a little hint of how that even applies to your personal life. But I'm really feeling the business situation here. But sometimes my point is the business world could be so cutthroat and treacherous because you'll get passed down an order. And if it's not an order, it's an ultimatum for you to make a decision. But your decision is going to affect other people. And depending on how you allow your emotions to supersede your intelligence or get in the way of doing something that's going to seem inhumane, is going to determine the success of that decision. So you see the 8 here, that's an abundant number. And I'm saying that because this is upright. So it could be the other way around. It could be the lack of resources, right? But it's abundance because it's upright, and it's because you've mastered the ability to control your instincts and your emotions to still remain the nucleus, because it's Leo here is Leo in the prior card and the action recommended card. So it's like you still remain in the center of attention. You really are the nucleus, and that's what you was trying to explain to those people. Like, listen, this thing revolves around me, whether you like it or not. I can't drop my ball because y'all feel some type of way about this. I got to play my position the same way y'all played y'all positions, however y'all got there. And you're going to feel strengthened by this outcome because there might have been some self-doubt when you were in your resting period. You might have been doubting yourself, like, why is this happening? Why is this happening to me? And even when you got that phone call, you were faced with the decision, like, oh man, I got to make this type of decision. I wonder how this is going to pan out. You probably could have even predicted this. And you got through that, and now this is the outcome. All right.